Render 60 frames per second. What? Oh, that ain't good. Internet's sucking ass. Saying we're live. Don't think we're live. Yep, we are. Alright, here we go.
We are live. Alright.
Alright. We are live. Let's go over these WWE Raw Smacdown. So what'd you think about Raw, Nick?
Fairly average show. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I feel like it could have fit in any other part of the year other than what they're trying to build up to now, which is Mania. And to be honest with you, really not doing a great job at hyping me up for WrestleMania. I don't see the point of someone who's a fan of the product to buy the show or buy the work. There's no real hype going into it, really. They finally have announced the women's championship match will be the main event, which is, I mean, it's in the plan from the get-go. But that, I mean, it really hasn't been anything monumental that's come out of the shows lately, honestly.
Yeah. In case anybody's just joining in, we're going over on SmackDown and trying to live stream. It's a little slow because we got this Xfinity internet and it's terrible. Anyway, yeah, we're talking about Raw, and to me, I just feel like I have a problem with a lot of these guys when they're doing these e-feds, and they're always saying we want stories, we want this, we want that. I think that's a big problem in real life, because when it comes to the WWE, it's like all talk. It's like Batista wasn't there this week. He's not making a movie.
Yeah, where is he? He's not on the show on any of the shows. There's supposed to be a match we care about that had 2 weeks of build between him and Triple H.
Yeah, if anything, I think it would be cool as hell if like they were shooting Guardians of the Galaxy and he had to back out, because then it could build up a feud for next year. I know he always wanted to have a match against Triple H. I mean, maybe this is Triple H's chance to retire or get his win back. Batista said it has to be something good. So I don't think it'll end at WrestleMania, because he said he'd come back if the story's good and this and that. If this story's stupid, if he thinks it's good, he's a worse actor than, I don't know.
You know what I would say, actually, I think a really good part of the story, if they were to put that in, would be, say, if you just see, like, on a random, I know it's really, they're probably not shooting Guardians of the Galaxy 3 right now, but if that were to happen, imagine like up on set and just beating him down. I think that would be great to add to the storyline, add in a real more effective. You have this, it's like a blood feud. It's a legit. If you want to have someone beat him up on his job, you know what I mean? As opposed to, you disrespected 14 years ago. Now I want to get payback for that. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean, they're really reaching. Normally they have this built up by Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and then they usually have a month or two where they could build it up. This is terrible.
They've been stressing big time, it seems like, to try to get just anyone here for this.
Well, there's talk about them bringing back old people, like bringing back Goldberg, bringing back Ryback, and all these people because they didn't want them to go to AEW. But like me and you discussed before, I really don't think AEW can hold up. And even Jim Cornette said it. He said a lot of what they do, they're not going to be able to do on national television. And on top of that, these guys are part-time wrestlers. They wrestle on indies. They wrestle each other, just like these stupid e-feds where they share people. And I always said exclusivity is good because then nobody could see it. You know, they have to watch your show, whatever, regardless of how it's produced. They have to watch it for the exciting wrestling. And I think that's what WWE's trying to do, is they're trying to scoop everybody up. But where's the fear? Because you got to understand, Cody Rhodes, no offense, but yeah, he said it was the best 7 figures he ever made doing the indies. That's because Japan pays people tons of money. But honestly, like, he couldn't cut it in WWE and get a championship. Come on, dude. After all those years, you really think he's going to guide other people?
I definitely. He was main event talent back in 2012, 2013. That was just wasted. He would have been an amazing world champ with the dashing Cody Rhodes gimmick, and then right after that would have been amazing. But he got shafted, basically. Him and Wade Barrett.
Well, they're talking about Wade Barrett too. They were talking about him too, possibly coming back, which
I
left on his own. So
think Wade's done. He's just done personally.
and then we got the women's tag match. You got Beth Phoenix, which she looked good, except she's gonna have a wardrobe malfunction. But she looked good, and they were fighting, and I mean, she left too early.
I don't have a problem with part-timers at all in the business. If you want to be a part-timer, that's fine. Just if you're going to be a part-timer, commit to showing up if you have a championship, or if you're in a big storyline, commit to showing up. Don't just say you're going to be here for 5 dates of the 20 dates that you're going to be needed for a feud, and then you just don't appear on TV. You're just only, or you don't appear in person. You're only on satellite. It makes no sense.
Yeah, and I mean, it's still the same thing when it comes to like the whole Natalia thing. Because if they don't let them win, that's gonna be bad. If Batista doesn't win, that's gonna be terrible. If Natalia and what's her face don't win, Phoenix, that's gonna be terrible. But they might be using them just so that Tamina and Nia Jax can win. Which, come on, that's just stupid. And it just goes to show, like we're tired of seeing that. Oh, they're gonna take on other people. Well, this and that. And then you got the whole thing with Ronda Rousey. They had to beat the clock. Stupidest thing I've ever seen. Biggest waste of time. But they did it. Oh, it doesn't mean nothing. You didn't win nothing. And then what do they do? Not to jump ahead, but on SmackDown they give Charlotte the title. Are they going to, like, combine the titles? What are they going to do? I mean, it's just...
I don't know. That's a good question to have, because I think that it's a very big possibility that they definitely could do that. And I mean, I really wouldn't go all one for unification of titles. I don't think you need to have 10 belts in a promotion.
Yeah. And then you have what is it? Finn Balor versus Bobby Lashley. Like, come on, they're beating a dead horse. You're wasting Bobby Lashley and Finn Balor. I mean, it should be Bobby Lashley versus Lesnar, not Seth Rollins. If Seth Rollins can get over any time. He doesn't need WrestleMania. Bobby Lashley does. That would be a match people would want to watch. And granted, they're making the women's title match the main event. That's cool. But, I mean, I don't even care anymore. If Becky don't win, we riot. That's it. And it's stupid. And if she does win, hopefully Ronda takes off for a while. Because people really don't care. And I think WWE's finally realizing that. And she's a horrible actress. Keeps a straight face. Huh?
They're uninvested in her. Everyone is uninvested in Ronda.
Yeah, and she comes out and she's laughing again. I got one more thing to say. And what else did I miss? Oh, Elias is gonna, like, sing, really? Like...
I mean, it's been done before. I enjoy it, but it's I can't say it hasn't been done to death.
No. And then you got Braun Strowman and those guys from Saturday Night Live. That'll be kind of funny. That's good for comic relief.
I thought that was funny to have Michael Che and why am I blanking on his name now? Michael Che and Colin Jost are going to be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I think that's a nice little comedic to have, but Braun shouldn't be doing comic angles right now. He should be a monster that should be winning the world titles.
Yeah, they're starting to Big Show his ass. Not really do much with him. Now,
I don't think he'll be on the level as Big Show, because he knows he could be better than Big Show any day of the week.
Oh yeah, but
I don't think it's gonna get him. I don't think, which is I'm really hoping for personally. So I don't want to see him end Big Show.
And then who's the tag team title match gonna be? It's gonna be
the men.
Yeah, men.
Well, the men's.
Yeah, the men's, yeah.
Men's probably gonna do the revival with Ricochet and Aleister Black. I'm assuming, since they pinned them this Monday.
Not Rude and
Not Rude and Gable. I don't think so, because you actually have Black and Ricochet actually pinned the champions. So.
Yeah, that's stupid though, because nobody cares. What are you gonna move them up as tag champs when they're singles competitors?
I mean, they're great tag.
Yeah, but they're not. But they're not tag team. They're not like a coherent unit, like a cohesive unit.
Well, neither was Shane Cesaro when they first started. Look at them now.
Nah. What else did I miss? Did I miss anything else from Raw?
I'm sorry?
Did I miss anything else from Raw? You're cutting in and out of it.
I mean, honestly, we got the gist of everything. It's just the same old shit that they do every week on Raw. It's just, oh, Ronda Rousey here. Oh, she's gonna have a match. Oh, it was very short. Oh, it's
Yeah.
beat the clock. Oh, Becky Lynch is now.
Oh, yeah. Kurt Angle. Kurt
Had a
Angle.
match.
And he's gonna wrestle. He's gonna wrestle Baron Corbin. Like, that's not gonna do anything for him. If anything, he should like retire on somebody big, or he was planning on making a title run. So I don't know if he's leaving WWE or because he's still gonna wrestle.
He's retiring.
Or completely.
Why in the world would he stick around for a title match if he's on a retirement card?
Now, is he gonna retire, or is he just gonna wrestle for? Is he gonna?
He can't wrestle like he used to. To give you context, I've been watching like 2008 TNA lately, and that is like Kurt Angle in prime. Painkiller induced Kurt Angle is at his most violent and serious. So seeing him go throwing Christian over the top rope, landing on his basically over rotating Christian to the floor and Christian landing on concrete, it's a violence you don't see Kurt Angle having anymore, which kind of sucks because now you see him, he's barely struggling to get through the motions of reversing something into an ankle lock. So it's pathetic. He needs to retire, and it just needs to be said at that. He's not able to go like he used to. He's good if you want to have him as an appearance, if you want to have him do like a quick little move or something like that. He's a good character, but he's not be at the in-ring level that he was at before. There's no way he can even compete at a level that's close to what he was.
Yeah, you're
That's just how I feel.
Yeah.
He's just, if he doesn't retire, he's stupid.
Yeah. But I wonder if he's still gonna be with the WWE, or if he's like just gonna kind of go off into the great beyond or blue yonder or whatever.
Well, he's locked into, so I'm sure he'll get a legend.
Huh.
I'm sure he'll be on a legend.
You're breaking out really, really bad, bro. But we'll try to keep going with this. Okay, now the Hall of Fame is going to be Bret the Hitman Hart, Jimmy Evil Neidhart. Way long overdue, too far overdue. Obviously, they're doing it because they feel bad that Neidhart died last year. I mean, they should have just been in there. They really should have. They got to stop worrying about their image and everything, and start putting people in, even if they have problems or this or that. I mean, they have a murderer in there, so
True.
So and they willingly put his ass in there, even everybody's chanting Brody. So it's
Brody. Wait, what are you talking about? Bruiser Brody's not a murderer.
No, Cologne.
Cologne's not a murderer. He just is a conspirator. That's a difference. But still.
Regardless, well. But anyway, then you get people. We're gonna go to SmackDown now. On SmackDown, you got the only match I'm really looking forward to is the AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. I mean, if they don't do good with this, then I'm literally not gonna watch the rest of WrestleMania because I'm pretty sure they'll make this as like a curtain jerking match. I mean,
what did you think about? Do you think about AJ
versus who? Oh, about Kurt?
SmackDown.
Oh, like you said, Kurt's not really up to par, but it getting interrupted, I think they knew that. That's why they did the interruption. Because even when Kurt tried to give Randy Orton the angle slam, it was just terrible. It was just so terrible.
Yeah, he's not capable of doing what he used to. That's what all those painkillers do to you back 10 years down the road.
Yeah, and this is what we want. We want matches. We want them to come down to the ring and be excited. Like back in 99, 96 to 99, where you had good matches, where it was less story. I mean, stories are good for some people, but like, we want to have it. You got so much freaking talent in that locker room that they're not even using. I mean, these guys could they're all right. NFL, they should have at least 20 games a season. I don't know. It should just be longer. Baseball is long as hell. Basketball is long as hell. Now you got wrestlers. They're wrestling into their 50s and 60s. Why don't they just have they wrestle more matches, safer, but wrestle more often against more people? Have longer feuds like the old days. I mean, I grew up in a time where you watch Superstars, and I'd wait till 10 o'clock and you'd have WCW. like, early morning, and that stuff is great. And then, you wait for Soul Train to get over, and then 12 o'clock, you had WWE Superstars, WWF Superstars, and you only had one kind of good match sometimes, or it would be like the top star versus a ham and egger. But you waited, and you talked about it, and you went with your friends, and it was the talk of the week. And that's all you had was that little tidbit. Now we have so much talent, so many good guys. And all we get is these stupid talk, this and this, blah, 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 and they don't use them. Why not cycle through the guys more? Use them more. Give them shorter contracts, give them longer time off, so when they come back, we're not tired of them, so we never have that issue. We never have the John Cena effect. And then just keep using everybody. I mean, you know how many guys came and went through WWE and never even did anything?
Well, you can thank Randy. He's the one that's been pushing everyone to do that. He was trying to get that to happen back in 2010. He was like, "Listen, it makes no sense. Why don't we have contracts like this where we can do part-time dates?" And that's a thing. But he got it. He wanted it to the extent like what he has now. Like, you don't see Orton every show. He only pops up like when it's a feud now, which is good. But he shows up. It's not Brock Lesnar that shows up and does one thing, leaves for like 3 months, and then comes back, and then.
Well, that's WWE's fault for creating that type of contract, that type of atmosphere for him.
They're morons for that.
Yeah, and that's why, like,
it worked.
Yeah, and it worked for a bit, but then after a while, it's like, okay, well, let him go for a while. Let him go do a UFC fight. Let him come back with the title, and, or let him walk with the title to a UFC fight. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you got such great stars, and it's like you gotta just use them. I mean, honestly, to see the champ, you don't have to see the champ every night, like every time he's on. It could be a couple times a month, and then he has like a feud and he goes away, and then other people get used, and I mean, there's even with the women, there's so many. Oh, it's a women's revolution. No, it's not. They gave Charlotte the belt again. What the hell is that about? Like
16 times.
Yeah, I know they're pushing it. They want her to be a 16-time champion. She's
there.
Yeah, she's saying she's all about it, all about being a pro wrestler, which is total crap. Because, like, her dad, I'm sorry, I hate when people say Ric Flair was the greatest of all time. He wasn't. Shawn Michaels was. On top of that, Flair, he's the dirtiest player in the game. Are you kidding me? He had the Horsemen with him half the time, if not more than half the time, or people helping.
I very much disagree with this, and if you want to say Shawn Michaels is the best, we can debate this another day, but there's a lot of things, like if you're going to say Shawn Michaels did everything single-handedly, he did not.
Oh, no, I'm talking about overall entertaining. Most people would say Shawn Michaels. Personally, I think Jericho is. Because Jericho, to this day,
Jericho's the best all around. Jericho is one of the best all around, I will agree with that, but if you want to talk promos, I mean, there's no one that can cut a promo better than Ric Flair, and back in the day, big attention.
Well, I mean, they're saying he's the greatest of all time. I think of it as in, like, entertaining. To me, it's more of, like, what's entertaining in and out of the ring. Flair was good, but he had the Horsemen, and it was a different time, I get that. But here's the thing that really makes me mad, is when they say the dirtiest player in the game.
It's a nickname.
No, but he's not the dirtiest player in the game, though. Dude, Jerry the King Lawler was by himself 90% of his career. He always broke out, like, roll of quarters, this and that. He took on Kerry Von Erich for the AWA title versus the Was it the WCCW? He went for the Kerry Von Erich's WCCW, World Class Championship Wrestling. And he was defending the AWA. Now, AWA had the no over-the-top rope rule and the no pile driver rule, right? So WCCW had it where you could lose your title if you get disqualified. And Lawler, Kerry Von Erich gave him a pile driver. So he got disqualified. He's like, that's it. The title's mine. You lose by disqualification. It was clever stuff like that. Kind of like with Alexa Bliss. She's so tiny, but yet they find so many different ways for her to win. Why can't they do that with everybody? That's why with Lawler, he was the dirtiest player in the game. He literally been in every single angle. The dude's like 70s, he's still wrestling. But it's not as great. But that's my whole point. And I mean, the guy even died and came back to life. But it's to me, that moniker, they're trying to make Charlotte like her. Sorry I went off on a rant, but trying to make Charlotte like Rick. But Charlotte, I'm sorry, she's not as entertaining. I'd rather see Asuka, Becky, Naomi, which I'm not even really a big fan of Naomi's, and Natalya, and all these other people, even Nikki Bella and Brie Bella. more than Charlotte. I don't know. And to me, it's just I think it's stupid because now you're gonna have her. They're gonna. That's basically I think giving her a title is basically gonna eliminate one match they should have at WrestleMania, and then it'll lengthen the show for the other matches. So they're gonna be some long ass matches. But
It's gonna be a 6-hour show.
well, what about the tag titles?
Which one? There's 3 different.
The SmackDown one, not the women's or the Raw.
To be honest with you, they're gonna get bumped to the pre-show.
That's terrible.
Or Sheamus and will be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
All right, what about okay, what am I missing anything else? See, I'm really the title, U.S. Championship.
That's already been decided. That's Rey Mysterio and Samoa Joe.
Yeah, and honestly, that's not really a WrestleMania match. I'm sorry. Samoa Joe, yes. Rey Mysterio. You think so? Really?
What are you talking about? It's a dream match. Are you kidding me? You have one of the faces of WWE, one of their biggest stars, versus one of TNA's biggest stars of all time. Are you kidding me? That's a dream match in the making. Their styles are perfect. Joe's hard-hitting, Rey's high-flying. He has to avoid all of Joe's strikes, otherwise he's going to get fucked over. He has to avoid the submissions he could get put in. Joe is agile, but he can't keep up with Rey's agility. So, I mean, there's so many factors that could play into it, but they're probably just going to end up using Dominic as a storyline thing, where Joe beats up Dominic and Rey fucking ends up having to win the title because he's avenging his son. That's what it's going to come down to, but trust me, I promise, if they had a proper match in a company like AEW, I will say, where they're showcasing the ability of the storylines, that's going to be something that would definitely come through a lot more.
Well, I don't know. To me, maybe I'm over it. I don't know. But and then you get to finally Kofi Kingston. They come out and people are trying to say, oh, they're racist because they're not pushing him. And, we talked before about how he's had his push and, so forth and so on. Then you have, you had the New Day basically had to fight their way through, and it was cool how they did it with the Usos. We respect you because we've been to battle with you. I mean, that was really cool. I mean, that was a cool angle what they kind of threw in there. But then
I liked that. I thought that was nice.
Yeah. So you had Daniel Bryan throwing a fit. It was so ridiculous, dude. They're like throwing furniture, and he's like almost hitting Daniel Bryan. Like, what the hell? Or Daniel Bryan threw one and almost hit.
Well, he's the chicken shit heel. That's what he has to play.
No, but that's a thing though. He almost hit him though. And I was just laughing my ass off because I'm like, dude, he's gonna hit him with the chair, and they're just trying to throw it around like they're throwing a fit, and I don't know. I just thought that was funny. I really thought that was funny. But
I thought completely that the Miz angle this fucking week was just ridiculous. Here's a man. Let me just say, the Miz is about what? He's your average man. He's about 6'1", little over muscle, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes. You have an entire security team. You have Shelton Benjamin, one of the most athletically gifted men in all of wrestling. And you have Sanity. The entirety of Sanity, including Killian Dane, who by himself is a monster who would demolish The Miz in a one-on-one fight if it was a real fight. If you're using real-life standards here, just keep that in mind. This man, the average man, beat up an entire security team. He beat up Shelton Benjamin, and he beat up all of Sanity. How is this believable? And he can't beat up a 45, 50-year-old man who almost punched his dad?
Yeah.
I'm just so far gone on this story. I knew this was the plan going in ever since the Greatest in the World tournament was going on. I was like,
well, they were also talking. Some guy was talking online about how on YouTube, I forget what it was, but he was talking, and it kind of made sense how WWE's trying to snatch up people for AEW does. And they talked to Johnny Mundo before, and they're probably talking to him again because his contract's up shortly. If they could get Johnny Nitro to come back, Johnny Mundo or whatever, then you could have him versus the Miz. Like if they're in like Miz is in like a title shot, like a title hunt. Like if he beats Shane, then it could put him in that situation, and then you bring in Johnny Nitro to mess it up. And I mean, that I'd understand. But to me, like
Johnny Nitro. Yeah, remember at one point Johnny Nitro was a corporate stooge early in his career, so that would tie back into everything. I think that'd be actually a nice little touch.
Yeah, but they were trying to bring him back a while ago, but they couldn't come to terms. So it means, Vince isn't against doing it. Bringing him, bringing Melina, a couple other people. I mean,
he's not with Melina.
No, but she could still be his manager.
No, he hates her, bro. They hate each other. Why would she agree to that?
I don't know, man.
He has a wife, bro.
I don't know. No, it could be a manager. I don't know. But anyway, the Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston. That's like, I guess that's the last match for WrestleMania. Am I missing one? Or does SmackDown have some weird?
Majority of everything that they've gone over.
I mean, I would like to see Kofi Kingston win. I think that'd be cool.
But before you didn't though.
No, because I thought about it. I thought about like when they're bringing everybody in, and then I was seeing how like, okay, maybe they're gonna do this. I thought maybe it was just like a stall tactic. But I know Vince McMahon was talking about breaking up New Day, and what it could be, I'm thinking that, and now you can tell me what you think after. I'm thinking that Kofi Kingston might win, and one of the New Day, or if not both of them, could be jealous and beat him down, and then that's when New Day picks up. Well, no.
Exactly what last week.
So I'm thinking if they they can do that, or Kofi Kingston, like they can cost Kofi Kingston if he doesn't win, they could cost Kofi Kingston the title, and then he could break it off and become a heel, which I think he'd be great as a heel because he could really do some crazy stuff. But heels don't wrestle like that, so yeah. Or maybe Big E turns, because Big E's a big dude. He's got to be on his own. I mean, New Day is great. They don't use them nearly as much as they should. They really
would be a great push, but they have to make him that monster character. You really should watch New Japan if you don't already, because it seems like everything you want is in one company. And
but see, that's the problem. If I watch New Japan and then all the Ring of Honor and all this and this, then I'll see guys I like, and I'm like, oh, they're leaving with WWE. Oh, WWE shit on them, or oh, they're in the WWE now, and oh, great, now they're all in there. I get to see the match all over again, and I'm not gonna want to watch that twice.
How do you think new stars are made for new companies? Where do you think Ricochet came from? He came from
I know, but it's now
PWG. He went to PWG, got famous, went to WWE. Now he's in the WWE. Well, who's in PWG now? Why do I have to watch PWG? Oh, you go to watch for fucking Darby Allin, who's doing crazy bumps and killing himself, basically.
No, I get that. But the thing is, though, with all that said, I'm saying that if you see a bunch of guys you like and then they come to WWE and you have to watch it again, then it's just like, oh, I used to watch. Huh?
You don't have to. That's just a choice.
Yeah, but then they'll come to WWE and then, okay, they're there, so I'll skip past their match, or I'll sit and watch them do the same stuff they did before. Like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they haven't had a great ladder match. They haven't had a great match like they did in another company. Like
or they've had decent matches, but they haven't had that, like...
But they had a feud.
Yeah, they had a feud, but it was like a fucking full-on blood feud as much as WWE tried to make it one. They don't know how to book blood feuds in the first place. So, add in the fact that it was just regular matches, that, like, they have bigger priorities for themselves over them. That's understandable. I get it, but that's not what they should be doing. But you're right. They totally could have booked, like, a ladder match. They could have booked the Hell in a Cell match. They could have done all this shit. And they still can, because Sammy's technically just injured right now. But it can always come back. I doubt it will, but it always could. You never know.
But the only thing I have a problem with Kofi, if he was to win, it would be short-lived. They'd probably give it to him until SummerSlam, he'd lose it, and then never get it back again. And that would just be stupid. Kofi Kingston, I think, should have it until he's so burnt out that he can't wrestle, and then take it from him. I mean, I don't know. It's like WrestleMania is like, it's like I want to watch it, but I don't want to sit through all that talking, all that long-ass entrances, all this, all that, like, what is Batista gonna come out looking like Drax, and then like rip off the paint, and then have like the Guardians of the Galaxy? I would be surprised if they had the Guardians of the Galaxy walk out with them.
They're not going that route. There's no way they would be able to do that.
I don't know. They did a thing with Disney. They could always, you know. You never.
WWE would not work with Disney for that much money.
No.
The amount of money they pay them, it's not happening.
Well, they did get $2 billion, so.
Happened words, but I highly, highly, highly doubt that.
No. Well. So that's pretty much it. Raw and SmackDown. I mean, we watch it. We try to watch it. I watch on Hulu because of that, and I didn't. And obviously, I missed nothing bad, other than like really terrible. Is it me or at nighttime if you watch SmackDown and Raw live, for some reason the commercials are worse than any show you ever watch. For some reason, they give you the worst commercials for SmackDown and Raw. I swear to God, every time I watch it, I feel like I was there for a month, even when it was good.
Oh.
No?
You're not wrong. I agree with you.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry, you're cutting it out. But it's just, it's sad. I miss those good old days. That's why I always tell people, I wish they brought WCW back. Because they have all the stuff for it, and they got all the people. Just do it. I don't know. I need something different. And I really don't think AEW is really going to hold up to the mantle, because Ring of Honor's been around for so long, and they haven't even made it that far, and they've produced some great stars that went to NXT, lots of them, and TNA. So, to me, I think that... Yeah.
Look at Kerry Silken. He's not looking to make a fucking empire like that. I mean, he's looking to make a television. He already has one, but I mean, he's not...
Yeah.
Player group, I mean, they're really not looking to make it like a competitor, a full-on competitor, because they know that they won't. AEW has the assets behind them and the momentum going right now where they know that they can.
Well,
that's the difference.
Well, hopefully they do. Hopefully they put on a spectacle.
And I guarantee you, faith in them, they will. They have some incredibly talented.
I don't not have faith in them, but I just don't see it. That's my call. I'm skeptical. I like to be like that. I like to be the devil's advocate, because I'd rather be negative in that sense, to where if I get let down, it's not as bad. I mean, we're really, and anybody that's listening to this or watching Raw and SmackDown, they're feeling the pain. It's terrible. We want our wrestling back. We really do. We keep watching in hopes. We have faith in a change, but it doesn't. But as for a SmackDown and Raw review, Raw and SmackDown review, whichever you want to say it, which one you like, this is Killer Frost and my boy Brainbuster.
We'll see you later.
Have a good night, guys. Wow.
Oh shit, I was not paying attention. Fuck. Oh boy. That's not gonna be good. That's not gonna be good. Go.